Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. Really, the goal here with our position is just to find something comfortable where we're not liable to shift and move during the meditation practice. Really, also an upright back helps. It helps with breathing. Your breathing is when your back is straight, it's easier to take a breath. You don't want to be hunched over where it's kind of, or too tight either, where you're like, just a nice, comfortable upright back. This is also an open eye meditation practice. Keep our eyes open during the practice. And if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed, feel free to do so. Although I encourage you to practice with your eyes open. We don't want to shut anything off. We're not hiding anywhere. We're not going inside and doing something new. We're becoming very clear and aware about this moment just as it is. So we keep our eyes open. And if your eyes are open, go ahead and just drop them away from the screen, kind of glancing lightly at the floor below you. Maybe it's a desk, whatever it is. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not blurry and buzzy. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze directed downward. You're in a comfortable seated position, and your eyes are open and down. Let's begin today's meditation by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's make our out breath about twice the length of the in breath. In through the nose, out, in, out, in, out. Just return to normal breathing. Just settle here in this moment. We're not doing anything special. We're not creating a new experience. We're just sitting right here. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. And no one to become. Just sit here. Surrender yourself completely to what happens right now. And notice if you feel any kind of resistance, any kind of apprehension, needing things to be different. And see if you can just go the other way. Accept everything just as it is right now. Surrender to it. Surrender to this moment and rest. And I'm probably catching you thinking right now. I interrupted you thinking about something, planning, worrying, whatever. And because we attach our attention to our thoughts, because we pay attention to thinking, to the planning, to the worrying, to the remembering, we believe to be our thoughts. We feel that the voice in our head is me. I'm thinking about something. This identification with thinking is the real culprit. It's the culprit in why we are not more satisfied with life than we can be. It's why we suffer. So instead of paying attention to thoughts, we move our attention to something that only happens now. And that is the breath. Notice how your attention is situated up in the forehead, where the thought factory happens. And just bring it down through the chest, through the stomach, into the lower belly area, below the belly button. Just notice this place here. Notice the sensations of the lower belly. Rest your attention here. Notice how when the breath comes in, this area below the belly expands. And as the breath leaves, it relaxes. Stay here and let your thoughts come and go as they please. Just be with breathing in the lower belly. And you probably are thinking again, paying attention to thoughts and not the lower belly. But this is okay. When you notice that you're lost in thought, gently return to the lower belly. Do this as effortlessly as you possibly can. What do you discover? Come back. Come back to breathing. Stop planning. Leave it alone. Return to the breath. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Return to breathing. This is it. This is what you've been looking for. Just rest in this moment and completely surrender. Don't hold on to anything. All right, you can look at the screen. Life is full of struggles for literally everyone. And you know you're the feeling of struggling, fighting against things, problems happening. The to-do list constantly stacks up and becomes an ever more persistent problem and a source of agitation, fear. It's real for everyone. And it's so easy to go on YouTube or read a book on self-help stuff, Just work harder. Just make sure you find that balance. Be more in the now, you know. But a lot of this struggle and difficulty that we find is really, it really has an antidote. And it's struggle because we are attached to what goes into the chatter in our heads. Constantly chattering, talking, worried about this. Too much thinking. It clouds everything. So we can't see clearly. All we see is thinking. I'm tired, I'm worried, I don't like this, I like that, my problems, my issues, me, I. Meditation is about waking up to what you really are. It's not spooky. It's not spiritual. It's just this moment, exactly how it is. And when we can learn to leave thinking alone, like today we left thinking alone, returned to the breath, but then you start thinking again. So you just come back. We're training this muscle to stop the identification stuff. You probably think you are your thoughts. When you have a thought go through your head like, oh, he's talking a bunch of crap right now, that you feel is to be you. It's not true. Thoughts happen by themselves. In the same way your heartbeat happens by itself. And if you were your thoughts, if you were the one controlling your thinking, then you should be able to stop thinking for an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours, however long you please. But you'll notice that even if your life depended on it, somebody had a gun to your head and told you to leave thinking alone, to stop thinking, you wouldn't be able to do it. Not for long. This should concern you. So waking up is about seeing. It's more of a discovery that I am not this next thought. And that's freedom. Freedom from the real struggle of life. And then you become like a cat, just going with it, enjoying it, and using the way things move, the way things happen for you. But if we don't wake up from thinking, then there's a lot more struggle ahead. So wake up. Just recognize what you are right now. Not tomorrow. Now. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for showing up for your life. And I'll see you tomorrow.